Hi everybody, welcome back to the LEGO Studio. My name is Robbie. Today we've got the Crocodile Locomotive. I just finished building this last night. It is set number 10277. And how many pieces does it have? 1271. Well, I didn't build all of them. As you can see, I've got it on the RC track right now. I didn't build the stand that it comes with, just because I have no intention of having it statically sitting on a shelf. So might as well get started right now and have it going around. So I've hooked it up to the powered up hub and a large motor and to my phone using the app, the powered up app. So, just to show you why I don't want to have it sitting on a shelf, it's because it looks so good in motion. It's got that articulation between the three main sections here and then the additional wheels at the front. So it looks really good when it's in motion, and I feel it would be wasted to be sitting on a shelf. So, like I said, I didn't build the base. I've got all the pieces now, and the minifigures are in there. And I might put them to use somewhere else, better use. And also, I did build the interior section, which sits in there when you don't have the motor and the hub in there. But I might part that out also, since again, I love this thing when it's moving, and more trains in action, the better. Speaking of, I followed a few other people's advice, and I didn't put any of the rubber bands on the wheels. So I've got all of them still in their little boxes, and I haven't had any problems. And I've run it around this loop quite a bit. It didn't take too much care to put the track together. I just kind of slapped it together, had it going around. It doesn't get up to super fast speed using this setup here with the powered up hub. And I also haven't had any cargo, anything for it to tow, so maybe that's part of it. But I'm not going to question why mine is working well. So yeah, it runs great. Haven't had any issues. Kind of go through the app a little bit. It, is themed. It's got all the fun buttons. So this in the center here, this wheel in the center is what sets your speed. So that's full speed right there. Not super fast, but again, that's not what this locomotive in real life was meant for. It wasn't speed, it was for hauling things through the Alps. So, I'm gonna just trying to slow it down. What did I do? Oh, okay, interesting. So, stop. There's the main speed wheel, and there's this brake. So if you put the brake on, and then you take the brake off, it goes right back up to full speed. So if you put the brake on and then turn this other wheel again, it kind of messes with it. But it's cool enough. I mean, it's got the fun sound effects. Let me turn the volume up a little bit. I don't know if you'll be able to hear these. You got the bell. You got a whistle. An interesting kind of siren there. So I think it's fun enough. It doesn't work with just the regular train controller. You have to hold down the button to make it go. It just goes to one speed. So if you're going to use powered up, you don't want to use, I'm gonna reach over for my controller unit. So I've got 3 controllers right here because I have 3 hubs. This doesn't really work well with this setup because it doesn't have a train motor. It's running off of an extra large motor. So if you were to use this, you would have to be holding it down the whole time for it to go. Whereas with the app, you just kind of set it and it goes. So the app is probably the easiest way in conjunction with the powered up hub and the motor to get it in motion, but it is not the cheapest, not at all. But I already had the hub, so the motor was just an extra $40. Yeah, again, not cheap. All the powered up stuff has always been kind of maybe a little overpriced, but again, it looks so good in motion, can't not have it running around the city. Speaking of, it is too wide to run through my Lego city right now. Just the way that it's temporarily set up with the loop. This is 6 wide here, but then 8 wide, almost 8 wide with these little bars sticking out. And then it's 7 wide here. So this section here is just too wide. So we'll have to stick with this loop here in front of me. The box is nice. It's the adult box, you know, geared towards adults. Sorry, kids. But in that sense, I didn't think it was too terribly complex of a build. There are some interesting techniques. You probably wouldn't want to be too young just because all the gears, getting that right, making sure it is sort of freewheeling and there's no friction, nothing is rubbing or too tight. You just want to keep checking that every time you put on like a new gear, because there's several different turns in there with bevel gears. So just make sure you keep that fluid and check that all the time. And then adding on these crossbar pieces, you want to make sure the wheels on the opposing sides are sort of 90 degrees from each other. Otherwise it locks up. So I think it's a good build. I like the color. I think it's an interesting choice for a standalone locomotive, but a very welcome one. Yeah, get this going again just one last time. Not sure what kind of cargo would be best suited for it to haul, but it definitely needs something to pull. And then once I do get either more cargo and or a longer track, could be testing that out to see how much it can pull. Since I've never had a train that sort of transfers its motion. Oh, that's another thing you should know. What I was going to say is that a train that uses a motor instead of an actual train motor. Anyway, so what just happened there is that my phone screen shut off and then the train shuts off. So I know people have mentioned that before. Something to mention again is that if you're going to use the app on your phone or tablet, it has the potential to shut off when your phone shuts off, when your screen shuts off. So what you want to do, if you want it to just keep going, is probably just set it to not turn off. So thank you, phone, for pointing that out. That was helpful. It's good to know. I'm not going to bother trying to convert this with any other sort of power functions, since this is the setup I have. Again, it is expensive, but it's what I have. Could you use something else to power it up? Probably. I think I've seen a few other people do that. What you definitely could do is, yeah, have your motor power unit in a different car. Although I think you would run into issues pushing it with the way this is set up with ball joints. So that would be my only concern there, is that it's probably not really designed as well to be pushed. It should always be pulling. So, all right, well, I think that about covers everything. Again, yeah, I didn't build the stand because I want to see it in motion. I want to get it in my city. It's just not ready for it now. But overall, a cool build, a nice surprise. Glad to get it. So thanks so much for stopping by and checking this video out. It's appreciated. Stay tuned for more awesome LEGO stuff. I'll see you next time.